Alright guys, so today we're going to find out if Mr. Clean is scamming you. I was on Amazon, and in my last video, the one where I refurbished the headlights on my car, I needed some magic erasers. And I was on Amazon, and I saw Mr. Clean brand magic erasers, a 10-pack for $13. That comes out to $1.30 a piece, and I didn't really think anything else of it. Bought them, did the video, whatever. So then the next day I was on Amazon, and in my recommended, instead of the Mr. Clean brand magic erasers, what I was recommended was this generic pack of magic erasers that claim to do the exact same thing, except these are $13 for 10. These are $25 for 100. So we're gonna see if these are just as good as these, and if they are, this is a scam, because these sponges, there's a little bit of a difference between the sponges. So these are $1.30 a piece, and they're that size. These are only 25 cents a piece, and they're this size. So you get a little bit more sponge over here, but not $1.05 worth more, and they're the exact same thickness. So I think this is going to be really interesting, because if these cheap ones do the exact same thing as these name brand ones, I feel like that's a giant scam, especially if you can get this many for almost the same price as these. That's going to be crazy. So let's do some testing and find out. So before we actually clean anything, let's just take an up-close look at the differences between these two. So like I said before, this one a little bit taller. The thickness of the two is exactly the same. I feel like the Mr. Clean brand has a lot of stuff that's just supposed to like make it look like it's more than it is, because it's got these like wavy cutouts on the side, which are going to do nothing. It has this like, I don't even know, this just pattern on the front that's also not really going to do anything, I don't think. It seems like it's just made to look bigger than what it is. Whereas over here, you just have literally just a piece of flat foam. And that's it. That's all you get. They feel like they weigh the same. This is the only real difference, just messing around with these, that I've been able to notice. Like, if I rub my hand across them, I'm sure that sound's going to drive somebody crazy. Like that. They sound different. But they feel the same. The only difference that I've noticed is that this one, for some reason, feels like it's more dense, I guess. Like whenever I squeeze it, or if I sit it down and like push down on it, it just feels like there's more material there compared to this, where it seems like it's just easily squished all the way down to the bottom. And this isn't. So I don't know what that means. That could mean absolutely nothing. But other than that, they should be the exact same type of foam, and everything should function the same. Now let's go test them. Alright guys, so before we go any farther, this video is sponsored by EcoFlow. EcoFlow has sent me their new River 2 portable power station. So let's take an up-close look while I tell you about it. So first of all, you can see that it is nice and small and compact. It's the perfect size to take on camping trips, outdoor events, taking in the car, wherever you need power. So first, let's start with the display. Over here on the left-hand side, you have how many hours of battery life you have, depending on what the load is. You also have an input and an output, so it'll tell you if you're charging, how many watts you're charging with, and it'll tell you what your output is. And then you have your battery percentage. You can see we're at 98. So I'm just going to go ahead and demonstrate that for you. I'm just going to plug in a DeWalt battery charger. And you'll see what I mean. It's pulling 81 watts, and you can see that it'll run it for 2 hours. So that's pretty cool that you can just plug something into it and it'll tell you how long you have. So anyway, the ports that you have on here, you have a 12-volt cigarette outlet port, 3 USBs, 2 USB-A, and then 1 is a USB-C. The USB-C is also a fast charge. You have 1 3-prong AC outlet and 1 2-prong, and all of these you can turn on and off, so you don't have to have power going to them all the time. And then right here on the back, you have your 2 charging ports. So speaking of charging, let's go over some specs. So this thing has a capacity of 256 watt hours, meaning that if you have something that pulls 256 watts, you can run it for 1 hour. It also, as far as weight, it weighs 7.8 pounds, which is, you know, essentially nothing. The output, this thing can output 300 watts with a 600 watt surge, and the batteries inside of here are also good for 3,000 life cycles. So if you use it once per day, you can use it for 10 years. So that's pretty good. And then as far as recharging, you can charge it from 0% to 100% in 1 hour. And you have 3 ways to charge. So you have your basic, just wall outlet cord. This is how you charge it in 1 hour. If you're in a car, you have your 12 volt charger. And then if you're like camping or somewhere else, you have solar panels. So you have 3 good ways to charge, and you can charge your device no matter where you're at. So now let's take a look at one of the coolest parts, which is the mobile app. Alright, so now let's take a look at the mobile app. You can see that I have the battery charger plugged in, and you can see right here on the app, we have no AC power coming in, no solar, no USB-C. We have 99 hours and 59 minutes of available battery life left. You can swipe over, and then we have control over our outlets here. So I can turn on the AC power. There we go. You can see we're pulling 82 watts. It says 12 hours, but it'll recalculate here in a second. 2 hours and 17 minutes. Turn it off. And then you can go to settings. So this is pretty cool to be able to see, you know, all your inputs, outputs, all that type of stuff. But then what's really cool is we can go to settings. We can set our charging speed. So if we're charging, we can do a slow charge all the way up to a fast charge. That 360 watts, that's what will get you from 0 to 100 in 1 hour. You can change your car input. You can turn on X boost on and off, which that will get you that 600 watt surge. You can set your discharge and recharge level, so you can make sure it won't discharge all the way down to 0%. You could set it to say to where it won't go lower than 30. You can set it to where maybe you only want it to charge to like 85 or whatever. Your AC timeout, and just you can change your units and whatnot. It's a really cool app. You have tons of options. So that is the EcoFlow River 2. If you're interested in one, all of the links will be in the description. Alright, so as you can tell, I have a perfectly clean white wall. So what we're going to do is first we're going to try to see if the sponges can evenly take off crayon off the wall, because that is apparently a big thing that gets on the wall. So let's go ahead and just draw a line, and we'll put Mr. Clean stuff on this side of the line, and we'll put the off-brand on this side of the line. I have 3 colors of crayon, black, blue, and red. I feel like those are pretty good representations. So we'll go just 1 line for each. Black, blue, red. See if we can take those off. So, oh geez. With these sponges, if you didn't know, you are just supposed to put them in water and squeeze them out, and then you're good to go. So, I have a bucket of water. Alright, Mr. Clean goes first. Wow. That was incredibly easy. And that literally just came right off, no problem. I honestly did not expect that to go that easy. Maybe crayon is just easier to get off than I thought. Okay, off-brand. Literally the exact same experience. So far it's not looking good for Mr. Clean. Now, both of those worked very well, but let's all be honest with ourselves. There is no kid that is just going to draw one little line on the wall. More than likely it's going to be like scribbles. So let's really scribble some on there. There we go. Seems pretty good to me. Mr. Clean up first. Seems to have a little bit more trouble whenever there's more stuff. But other than that, no problem. And that honestly, that was like what, 10 seconds, if that. That's pretty impressive. Now the off-brand. Oh, come on. All right, we're having a little bit more trouble, to be honest. I can't tell if that's from the sponge or if that's... Okay. So it also did work. It just took a little bit extra. They're still even though Mr. Clean, I feel like, did do a little bit better job because it was efficient. And one thing that I can tell you that I'm noticing is that whenever I'm scrubbing with these, whenever I push on this off-brand one, I can feel I'm like pushing onto the wall, if that makes sense. But with the Mr. Clean, it's thick enough and dense enough that I can tell that I'm not, like, I don't know how to describe it. I can tell that I'm not, like, my fingers aren't riding on the wall. So I think the Mr. Clean so far does have a slight advantage, but I still don't think it's enough to justify the price. So they get off crayons really good. Let's try some washable markers. Now this is probably as bad as it gets. Black marker on white paint. Blue and red. All right, Mr. Clean. Oh, much harder. It's so weird that the black and the red are gone, but the blue is like what's staying. I wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought the opposite. I would have thought either the black or the red would be the most difficult to get rid of. That's pretty good. Pretty quick. All right, let's see what this one does. Okay, this is what I meant. Whenever I say that I felt like I could feel, like whenever you push, I've almost already worn a hole straight through this just by putting my finger here and pushing. Well, now you can see that okay, well now it ripped. Okay, so these are definitely of lower quality. And you gotta put a little bit more elbow grease into them, it seems. I mean, it works. I feel like both sides are even now. So as you can see, our Mr. Clean sponge we've only used this two sides of it, and the back of it still hasn't even been touched. Whereas this one is looking a little worse. Looking a little worse for wear. I mean, it's still working though. It's working, but it's not holding up that great. Now let's switch over to something else kids might get a hold of. Colored pencils. We're gonna go to the same thing. Black, blue, and red. Mr. Clean first, as always. Wow. That was fast. That might be just a little bit left. Okay. Impressive. Very impressive. Off-brand. Oh, a little bit left. That performance was actually the same. The only difference in that performance was that with the Mr. Clean, I was able to go like this and just wipe it up and down. Whereas with this, where this sponge is so much thinner, I had to like squeeze it up and like, I mean, you can squeeze this thing down into like almost nothing and like scrub with it. Whereas with the Mr. Clean, it's so thick, like you can't really scrunch it down that much. You don't have to either. You can just kind of just go like this and you're good. But it worked. All right, now we're gonna go to the extreme. Let's say somebody got loose with a Sharpie, permanent marker. Hopefully I do not regret that. Come on, magic eraser. Don't let me down. Oh, it's kind of working. Oh, okay, it works. You just really gotta get in there. You really gotta get in there. Huh, okay. So that works. That's actually pretty decent. And the sponge, like, isn't even in that bad a shape after all that. So it's actually pretty good. Now let's try this one. This old beat up sponge. I mean, if you like crunch it up real tight, there's so much water coming out. Okay. So, did it work? Yeah, it worked. Takes a little bit more elbow grease, and the sponges clearly are not gonna last as long, and they're way more softer. But, it does work. All right, so now we have switched to tile. I went ahead and marked everything down. So we got crayon, washable marker, colored pencil, and then last we have Sharpie. Just like before, we'll do magic eraser first, and we'll do it on this side. Wow, tile is very easy to clean. Look at that. So let's see if we can get... Oh, the Sharpie's gonna come off too. Wow, that was easy. Okay, that's impressive. Now let's see if we can take what's left of this generic sponge. See if we can get this stuff off. Okay, so tile is just very easy to clean. I thought maybe it would be like a little bit difficult. Oh wow. That was almost arguably quicker than the magic sponge. Alright, so tile is just very easy to clean. Alright, now we're going to try the exact same process just on a door. I don't know if a door will be any different than the wall, because I mean it's just wood that's been painted just like a wall. I guess we'll see. So we're going to go with magic eraser first on this side. Okay, it seems to be taking everything off just like it did on the wall. So right now we got this little bit of Sharpie left. I found that if we get a little corner in here and really just scrub, you usually get that off. Beautiful. I think there's a tiny bit of red left right there. Beautiful. That came off really quick. I'm still so surprised that Sharpie comes off so easy. Now for our off-brand. Okay. Working good. Wow. Even getting that Sharpie off. Okay. That's probably one of the most even results that we've had so far. Except for maybe the tile. Both of those got it off just fine. Alright, now let's see hardwood floor. Well, this isn't real hardwood, this is like laminate. But let's see if we can get it off. Magic eraser goes first. Oh, all the crayon and colored pencil, the marker, all that went really good. That actually went really good. See if we can get the Sharpie off. That was so easy. All right, try the off-brand. Oh, crayon coming off easy. Marker coming off easy. Sharpie. Wow, that was amazing. Off of hardwood floor? I didn't expect that to come off that easy. Jeez, maybe I'm just like not up to date with how good cleaning products are. All right, so far here's where we're at. The off-brand is like just about dead, and it's been ripped in half. It's not got much left. The magic sponge, or not the magic sponge, the magic eraser looks just slightly used compared to this one. This one looks like it's been like ran through the mill and run over and all kinds of nonsense. This one looks like it's just barely been used. So I think we're starting to see the difference, the price difference, and like where that comes into play. Because this is not going to hold up that long. This one is not going to hold up nearly as long as this. But As far as performance, that's a completely different discussion. They've both performed essentially identically. Some things were a little bit easier to remove, I feel, with the name brand, but they both took it off and the end result was the same. So, our next test, if you guys remember my lawnmower video, I have these white New Balance dad shoes that somehow every single dad in America has to mow grass in. Try to clean them up a little bit and compare the two. So let's start with the magic eraser. So let's first just kind of go on like this white part down here, or it's supposed to be white. Wow, it's actually doing an incredible job. I mean, the rubber is like really shredding it, but that's neither here nor there. It is getting that very, very clean. Let's try right here on like, oh, look at that. That really is like magic. Like maybe if we come like here. Now that that actually does kind of look like magic. That is crazy. Let's go like right there. Just like on the leather of the shoe, just a couple wipes. And it's literally just like back to brand new. Let's see, what about up here? Where it's real thick. Wow, I'm impressed. Like grass stains and stuff, it's usually something that's pretty hard to get off. This right here just kind of, now it is shredding it pretty good. Jeez. Alright, that's impressive. That's really good. If you have dirty shoes, Magic Eraser is definitely something to look at. Now, something I'm worried about, if that shoe is going to shred the name brand one that easy and cause all these like flakes and all that stuff, and this is the high quality one. So this one, I feel like is not really going to even stand a chance. Although it might clean very good. Let's see, let's first try it like right here. Okay. That's pretty decent. I like that. I mean, that came really clean, and that did a really good job. Oh, we gotta get along this rubber. I mean, that looks really good. That's impressive to me. It is, I mean, yet again, performing the, like, you're getting the same result with this versus the name brand. Let's go back to this toe right here. It just comes off so easy. Wow. So easy. So, seems like yet again, the performance is about the same. Now, after that, I mean, we barely have anything left. It's like dissolved into almost nothing. This is still like, I don't know, 95% of what we started with. This is like 30% of what we started with, if that. All right, I have two more things that I want to test that are kind of like, honestly, just kind of ridiculous, but we're going to try them anyway just to see what happens. So we're going to try to remove spray paint off of a door and off of the concrete. And we'll see how that goes. Oh, look, you're not focused. We have the spray paint on the door, magic eraser on this side. Let's see what we can do. No way. No way. No way. No way. Come on. You can remove spray paint. What? That's so crazy. I would not have thought that. Okay. Alright, that blows my mind. I did not think I'd be able to remove spray paint with this thing. Now, you have to scrub pretty hard, but it does remove it. That's crazy. Now let's see if we have enough of the off-brand left to do this. I'm gonna kind of just scrunch up into a ball, I guess. No way. It removes spray paint too! The spray paint's been here for like 3 days. while I prepared for this video. I'm literally speechless. I literally thought this was just like a long shot, something that was never going to work, but we were just going to try it anyway. No chance it actually works. And it actually works good, and like it doesn't even take that long. Like probably in under 30 seconds, you can remove it. Wow. Except with this off-brand one, we are really down to the wire here with our last little bit of sponge. We got this little bit left. I made a smiley face on the concrete with spray paint. We're gonna go magic eraser first. Let's see if we can erase it. Okay, there's no... Wait a minute. I just said there was no chance. But I think there is a chance. No way. Are you serious? It removes spray paint off of concrete? No way. If there was one test that I thought there was absolutely no way on this earth that it was going to work, it was going to be this one. I'm genuinely speechless. That just blows my mind. Off-brand. Here we go. Let's just try to form this into something usable, I guess. No way. Same thing. Obviously not as... I don't think it's quite as effective. We've still got a little bit there. I mean, it's removing it. That is so crazy. And that's like all we have left. Let me get a new one of these sponges. Since we have 100 of them, might as well grab a new one. Okay, that's the difference right there in the quality of sponge. And that little bit of time, you can see I just wore 2 holes in that. And what was that? 15 seconds? We should put like a timer on that. Alright, let's start a timer. Let's see how long it takes. 3, 2, 1. And now there's 2 holes. That was a brand new sponge. And then in contrast, this is a test I didn't even know I was going to do. We're going to take a brand new Mr. Clean Magic Sponge, or Magic Eraser, and I'll do the exact same thing. 2 fingers, push down, scrub, see how long it takes to wear a hole in it. Okay, you can't really see it that well, but I can feel it on my fingertip. We got 1 hole. Okay, yeah, now you can see it. That actually wasn't that much longer, but that's way different though. You can see basically like 2 craters being formed on this one versus just like one little poke through. Alright, so since we're down here scrubbing the concrete, we might as well try this. Because this has been here for years, and if I remember correctly, this is a place where I did a slight little burnout on a motorcycle from like 4 or 5 years ago. So if it takes that off, that'll be crazy. Magic eraser first. I think it's actually doing it. No way. I don't know how well you can see it. There's a little bit right there. But you can see a clean little line right there where it took it off. That is so crazy. Alright. Let's try over here with this one. This one's like wearing out too fast, almost. I mean, it's working. It's not 100% gone. But you can definitely tell it's working. That is so crazy. But obviously, look at the condition of that versus this. Alright, so after all that scrubbing, we have the Magic Eraser. That's what's left of it, and that's the condition it's in. And then with equal amounts of scrubbing, we have the off-brand, which has like almost nothing left and can probably only do a tiny bit more scrubbing. I think the price difference is clear. It's the price. You're not paying the extra price for how it works, because they work essentially the same. The outcome will be the same no matter which one you choose. You're paying for durability. This one falls apart very easily and in no time. This one is pretty durable. I mean, it's gonna last way longer. Now, the question is this one more durable? Because you gotta remember, these are $1.30. These are 25 cents. Is this 5 times more durable than this? That, I don't know. I feel like the average person would probably get about 3 or 4 of these for every one of these, probably. I feel like these would also be better for cleaning up something like really dirty, whereas like say you wouldn't want to say clean up something greasy with this and then keep this around and then go scrub crayon off your wall after you scrubbed something greasy. So these would be good as like a throwaway. So like say you just have one thing that's really dirty and you just want to use something, clean it up, and then throw it away. I think these would be really good for that. And I do think that overall, the average person would probably save money going this route, I would think. But I don't know. It's just kind of hard to say. It's really just up to you. If you're willing to spend the extra money to get the name brand, it is much more durable, but the outcome will be the same. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.